are playing with their eyes closed. More likely though, you're like me and you've played hundreds of games but plateaued a long time ago somewhere in the middle. Either way, it's one of those simple to pick up, hard to master games that has a little something for everyone. When something exists seemingly just to advertise an entirely unrelated product, it probably doesn't bode too well for the quality of that thing. Regardless, I was excited to try out Monster Energy Drink the game. Once again, I skipped the tutorial, not realizing how insanely difficult the next 5 minutes were going to be. The major advantage that the AI seems to have over me is that their movements are programmed by a computer, so they don't have to deal with the shitty controls like I do. At least the creator rider system is pretty fun with 10 different faces to choose from.
Appreciate it if I could have one conversation without hearing the words Hannah Montana.
Shorts.
Yeah, that's right, girl. I know Hannah Montana.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Johnny 2000, where we dive into the most nostalgic TV shows and media from the 2000s. So today, we're taking a trip back to 2006. Yeah, that's right. Stop tying your shoes because we're gonna be talking about my favorite teen sitcom, Hannah Montana.
Hold up.
Now, there's a lot of episodes in Hannah Montana's seasons, so I'm going to split this in half. We're going to do part 1, the first 13 out of the 26 episodes in the series. So those of you who have somehow missed the phenomenon, Hannah Montana is the story of Miley Stewart, regular teenager with a secret double life as the pop sensation Hannah Montana. The show combined comedy, heart, music, and teen drama into the highly addictive Disney Channel classic. And it also gave us some iconic characters like Miley, Lily, Oliver, and of course, Miley's dad, Robbie Ray, who is completely estranged that nobody's ever heard of before this program. So season 1 premiered in March 2006, and from the very first episode, it had me hooked.
This video's too long. Yeah, I'm alright. Well, what's good, Nate? What's good, chat?
I'm just gonna start this video out by waving. I'm not even gonna say anything. Oops, I said something. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you're familiar with my channel, you know that I love bad movies. If you're not familiar and you're new, hi. Welcome. I've made a bunch of videos on bad movies, and it's been a year since I've made one. To be honest, I am very picky about what movies are so bad it's good. There's this very specific area that a bad movie needs to fall into. I call it the Eddie zone. It's very hard to find, but once you do, wow. And I genuinely thought there are no more bad movies that will fall into the Eddie zone. I've looked for over a year, and none of them fell into it until one very important day in my life. It was toward the beginning of quarantine. My girlfriend and I had watched Spy Kids 1 and Spy Kids 2 in one sitting for no reason. And then at the very end of that, we thought, let's queue up another movie about spies and kids. And Amazon suggested a movie from 2000 called Spy High. I don't know why we watched this movie, but it is one of the greatest bad movies I've ever seen, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. And so I am so overjoyed to present to you Spy High. We're starting off with the most 2000s logo I've ever seen in my life. Starring Pete Jefferson, Holly Town, Thad Luckenbill, Toby Roltz, Sammy Corby, and Twister. That's right, Twister. There's a dog named Twister in this movie, and they did the "and" feature like he's the most exciting role in the entire movie. And they're fucking right. So we start off with a clear science nerd trying to do science nerd computer things. And this doesn't really matter at all. He gets chased by some soldiers. And then outside when he gets caught, oh no, it's evil British businessman coming here to do some evil British business. Also, the music is so loud compared to the dialogue in some of these scenes. It's not me. It's not my doing. This is the movie's original audio that I have not edited at all.
What a joy.
Should I stream on
Now I am gonna have some fun.
Can you imagine getting caught by a villain and the music is too loud? Welcome to my What? I'm sorry, what? I can't. So now we join our must have just heard about computers and just thought, oh, I kind of get the gist of what they can do. And then they just make up a ton of shit that doesn't even exist.
Hello, Valerie, are you home? I hope. You have a call, Valerie.
Who is it?
Andrew.
Hello, Andrew. Aren't you supposed to be in bed or something?
No, I just had to talk to you before I went to sleep.
Well, it's nice to know that I'm so important to you.
Yeah, I really like our little chats. I wonder what we'd say if we met for real sometime.
So they are doing a Zoom call in 2000 with good audio and good video, and I just wanted to mention that.
Is that a new office? That looks
That's
different.
funny.
New job, and are you gonna like it?
Me? Why? What is it?
I'm a new game designer at KL Interactive,
Wow, right on.
Dang, what?
and I'm sure I can use some of your expert help.
You really think I'm an expert?
No, Andrew. She was joking. Also, what's going on here? He's in high school and she's got a job with an office? How old is she?
Listen, I've got a demo of the game. I'd like to send it to you, and maybe you can take a look at it for me.
You bet. But I can't tonight. I'm dead if I don't finish this report.
Oh, yes, high school. Well, maybe I'll send it to you later. Bye for now.
She's not in high school?
See you later, alligator.
Oh, God. Oh, God, that's so bad. Also, she's in college, or at least past high school. So what's going on there? They're e-dating, and he's in high school?
Yes. Valerie, you are the best.
First off, Andrew's style. Impeccable, dude. Way to go. Also, Valerie, his college girlfriend while he's in high school, sent him a video game overnight. And I don't know how much people sent each other games and you download a transmission in 2000, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't a thing.
I don't think that's a thing legally. Like a torrent thing.
Oops. Thanks, Rocky.
Wait, when was this?
Okay, here is Rocky in the movie. Rocky is portrayed by Twister, the acting dog. And Twister is amazing. And we can't allow anything to happen to Twister because he's the best. So after speaking to his mom, before talking to his dad, Andrew, how do I put this lightly? Andrew has a conversation with his dog.
Rocky, you know you're not allowed on campus. Woof back. You know perfectly well they had to redo the entire cafeteria after your little incident. Yes, I know you were framed, but you know the rules. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you after school.
After communicating with his dog, Andrew goes over to his dad, and his dad is like weirdly into mailboxes.
Have you ever seen a more marvelous mailbox?
I don't know why they thought this would be like a fun thing to add about the dad. The dad doesn't matter to the story at all. Then Andrew does this super sick wheelie, and nobody talks about it. There's not a round of applause. There's a lot of super cool bike tricks in this movie, and nobody stops to acknowledge it. So Andrew goes to school, and he runs into some bullies. Doesn't matter at all.
Oops. Did I bump into you?
And then he goes to his classroom where he is late to turn in his term paper. They just use this scene to show that his friend Gary is a real class clown, but the writing's bad, so he's not funny at all.
I especially like the mustard stain on the front cover. Nice touch.
That's not just any mustard. That's gourmet mustard. Only the best for you, sir.
So when they're having lunch, Andrew is being asked by his friends why he doesn't care about his grades, and this is his answer.
What about getting into a good school?
I'm just thinking about going right into the private sector. I already have a consulting job with KL Interactive.
KL Interactive, that's one of the top think tanks in the world.
Yep.
I bet I know how he got the job, too.
How?
Through his online girlfriend.
Online girlfriend? Do I know her?
Doubtful. She's an older woman, college girl. Your basic game designer supermodel type.
So let me get this straight. Andrew's a college girlfriend who is an adult and he is a child, and they're dating. Sent him a video game that she's working on at a major company. And he thought, oh, my college girlfriend's got me hooked up. I'm just not gonna get a degree in computer science or anything having to do with this company, and my college girlfriend will get me a job. Very smart, Andrew. We already have an incredibly intelligent main character. So then we cut to Andrew's college girlfriend, who's in college, and she's an adult and he's a child. And this is where she makes video games.
I can't
in
read
this
all
room.
that.
This is what an adult in the 2000s thought a video game development office looked like. So then evil British businessman is just really creepy.
Startled me.
Sorry. I love what you're doing with the game. It's so lifelike, so real.
And she asks him, don't you ever play your own games? And he essentially says, no, I'm on to bigger games. I'm gonna spoil it for you right now. By bigger games, he means war. I got hooked on video games, but then my brain started to get bored. So I thought I'd try war out for a change. This is the 2000s mindset of video games will rot your brain, where your 10-year-old Timmy is playing Doom, and then one day he's gonna be like, this isn't enough. I need to go to Vietnam. There's a lot of insane future type things that happen in this. Like Andrew has this weird headset that is face tracking his face and changing his voice so he looks like he's talking as his dog Rocky. After showing off the non-existent face tracking technology, they decide they want to play the game that Andrew's girlfriend sent him, Mind Chaser.
Or maybe not.
Yeah, but the game keeps crashing at the same point, right when it gets good.
Can you fix it?
I don't know, my computer's just not strong enough to handle it. Valerie, hi, how you doing? Andrew here. Listen, Mind Chaser is a great game, I'm loving it. But I can't seem to get past the problems with it. I don't think my system's strong enough to handle it, and what I think I need is access to a really, really hot mainframe. I was wondering if you could do it.
So he likes the game, but there are too many problems with it. So he needs to be connected to a hot mainframe. That doesn't mean anything. And also, what does that mean? What was with the 2000s and hacking mainframes? I don't understand why that was such a common thing that people got wrong. Imagine you have a bug in Fortnite and you call Epic Games to connect you to a really hot mainframe.
Yeah, right, Valerie did it. Did what? She tied us into a government computer. Please decipher and return. Thank you.
We have a Code 1 violation. Some entity is trying to hack our computer. We have a problem.
Yes, Jackson. The Code 1 on our mainframe, that's impossible.
To access this game, they were given a government mainframe to access. And so now the government has been notified that their mainframe has been accessed. Even if this were real, accessing a government mainframe, what are they gonna stumble upon some spy secrets? The movie is called Spy High. Maybe they're gonna expose some information and start a life of espionage? No, they do this.
Let's take this thing for a ride.
All right, look who came to play.
Let me show you what a woman can do. Andrew, crank the music. Gentlemen, to the window.
What is this? So they're on their computer, and then outside of the house, there's a laser show happening. So what is going on? They wrote in the script, and then a laser show happens? Where's the connection? Where are the lasers coming from? So the next day, they're riding their bikes, and the government agent that picked up the phone tracks them down and goes into Andrew's kitchen. He's saying they're gonna go to jail for, having a laser light show, and they tell him the dangers of KL Interactive.
We think Andrew's friend has been kidnapped by KL Interactive.
Yeah, kidnapped.
Uh-huh.
We think they're developing a dangerous computer game.
A death game.
Uh-huh. But then the agent says, I know they're evil. Your college girlfriend is a CIA agent and she's been kidnapped. I have to ask, was dating a teenager part of any of it for her? Or was she just doing that on the side?
I need a team to rescue her. I need you.
Why us?
Because KL Interactive is closed down as tight as a drum. I can't get an agent inside. They're so tied into the military-industrial complex that they know who all my agents are.
This guy thinks there's corrupted agents, and he looks at these teenagers and thinks, so I guess I'm gonna train you as spies, and you guys are gonna be spies now, instead of going to jail from 10 seconds ago. And that's what that scene is. That's what they decide. And they just start training. They do karate, they do pull-ups. Keep in mind, they didn't do anything to like hack a government mainframe. They were just given a game by Andrew's college girlfriend. So I guess the message of this movie so far is if you want to be a spy, date an adult when you're a child. Hey guys, it's me, Eddie, you know, from the video. I shouldn't have said that. So, I'm sorry. So while hatching their master plan, this happens.
Cool TV.
It's a holographic screen. I've read about these, but I never knew they really existed.
So Gary is so dumb that he saw a hologram in person in the year 2000 for the first time, and he said, cool TV, you fucking moron, dude. It's a hologram. Their first attempt to get into KL Interactive is so wildly uneventful. They go there, they fail, and they skateboard away. After that, evil man imprisons a college girlfriend, and he pretty much says that the video game he's building isn't a video game. It's a weapon for war. And the video game looks like this. Now the security guards know what they look like, so of course they need to steal a key card from one of the employees. The plan: Gary will hide in a pinball machine at the beach, and the scientist from the evil science company will be licking an ice cream cone and want to play pinball at the beach. And so when he's obviously doing that, he'll lean forward, and that's when Rocky the dog leaps onto his back, pushes his chest into the pinball machine. Gary grabs it and pulls it down and scans his car. And all those things had to go right, and they did, because Rocky did his fucking job. For the rescue mission for Andrew's girlfriend, they have a perfect AR scan of the building, and they walk around in a real space with it in the year 2000. And then the climax of the movie has a complicated plan, but essentially Andrew goes in the vents to steal the game. Gary uses face morphing technology to become the scientist to rescue Andrew's girlfriend. And it all looks like it's gonna work out until evil British businessman pulls a gun. What? I'd like to thank everyone for coming to this memorial service today. Twister, who is acting as Rocky in the movie, as you guys have seen, has been shot. Let's remember him for the things that he did good in this world, like when he gave Andrew his homework, or when he jumped on that guy, or when Andrew's mom tossed him a treat and his little paws slipped on the wood as he was running away. These are the things that we should remember about Twister. And yes, I say Twister because they shot the real dog in real life. I'm certain of it. It looked so real.
The cyber suit is bulletproof.
Oh, he's alive. Oh. Okay, he's alive. It was a bulletproof vest. So the day is saved. Andrew, Gary, and Catherine go back to playing Mind Chaser, and at the very end, this happens.
Andrew, Catherine, Gary, and Rocky. I have a mission for you, if you choose to accept it.
Wow, what an exhilarating film. I can't wait to see Andrew, Catherine, and Gary do more spy missions in this incredible franchise. They never made another one? They stopped making them? Because they weren't, it wasn't good? Oh my god, I just got connected to the government mainframe. Wow! Look at this hologram! Thank you for watching my video. I'm gonna go spend some time messing around. Whoa!
Ah, yes, Madagascar, another movie series that DreamWorks decided to squeeze the living life out of until the IP ran dry. It's been a while since I've seen Madagascar, but I do remember having a particular love for the penguin that didn't know how to speak. It starred very notable voice actors such as Chris Rock, David Schwimmer, and of course, the illustrious Ben Stiller, who, by the way, was on the cover of Time for most likely to be that one guy that sticks around behind at a party after everyone's left and makes the host very uncomfortable. When you've got such a powerful blockbuster series such as Madagascar, it's to be expected that there are people that are gonna make knockoffs. I've covered knockoff mockbuster movies on this channel before. One of them notably was called The Prodigy, which was a Kung Fu Panda knockoff written by Robert D. Hanna. Well, our boy Robert is back with probably the crowning achievement of his writing, directing, and producing career, a little film called Life's a Jungle, Africa's Most Wanted. There's a slight chance that title might seem familiar to you because it was released the same year as Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted. So I think essentially what good old Bob was trying to do here was he was trying to capitalize off of the hype that was building for the new Madagascar movie. I can't name a single person that was like a fanatic of the Madagascar series. Oh, I gotta fucking see Ben Stiller play a fucking lion. I need to see Chris Rock play a zebra and do the dance. I genuinely just don't know why people would choose this movie over a studio-produced animated film. Or maybe like some 6-year-old's parents just didn't want to pay to take him to the new Madagascar movie, so they just bought a DVD of Life's a Jungle because they're fucking 6 and they don't know the difference. Pretty much the only similarity that this movie has with the entire Madagascar franchise is that you've got an animal living a cushy life that is removed from that environment, and he has to figure out how to sort of make it in the wild. So strap in, buckle on up, get your loins warmed up. Let's watch another terrible movie. This'll be fun. Hey, sorry about the mess. I'm moving out of my childhood home. Quick announcement though. My merch has been live for 4 days now. I'm currently wearing one of the pieces right now. This is the Milk tie-dye shirt. I freaking love it. Me and Leighton Stollard work super freaking hard on these designs, and I hope you guys like them. We've also got the outro design shirt, the Empire State of Milk shirt, the Cream Times Cream Time hat, and the Cyber Cow War tee. If you're interested in getting this merch, then you can check it out at thegoodstuffmilk.co, and the link is in the description. For all of you who have already purchased merch so far, thank you guys so much. I seriously appreciate the support. It's actually been crazy, and I'm really proud that you guys like the designs as much as I do. All right, back to the video, baby. Listen, no movie review would be complete without reading first a plot summary of the film written by the filmmakers themselves. Pip thought he had it all. A pampered lifestyle, huge mansion, and adoring owners. That is, until the Taylor family booked an African safari. Pip finds himself separated from his clan, which forces him to reluctantly adapt to a new way of life in the jungle. As he bridges the divide between feuding wildlife, he learns that caviar and manicures can never bring the same happiness as friendship. Oh, that's beautiful. That's fucking beautiful. Like any respectable blockbuster set in a jungle, we open up with plenty of really badly tracked, sweeping shots of the jungle in which we spend most of this movie in. It's also sort of a marker for how Robert D. Hanna opens up his movies, because this is practically exactly how The Prodigy opened up. We get a glimpse of the incredible biodiverse atmosphere that Bob's built with this film. It's really incredible, especially with these two fucking birds here. I don't think I could animate a pair of birds that badly, even if I tried. If I was a tiger walking through a jungle and I saw a bird acting like that, I would have been like, you're first. I'm coming for you. Next up is a three-toed sloth that is swinging from a very rigid vine. Also, I noticed that there's really no trees that sloth could be swinging from at the moment, because the only things in the area are like 4 bamboo shoots, and they definitely don't have offshoot branches that are strong enough to support a sloth swinging from a vine. He looks like he's doing some sort of reverse pole vaulting that also doesn't consider gravity. This intro lasts for about a minute and a half longer, which I don't know if you know this, but that's actually a minute and a half longer than I would have preferred, only to end on this incredible shot of a dog wearing a sweater vest exiting a tent on his hind legs. And you might be saying, well, Ted, the animals in Madagascar walk on their hind legs, so that's a strike for me. Well, hold that strike there for one moment, user 1345629, okay? Because the dog literally goes right up to his owner and just starts interacting with him on his hind legs. All right, so the theme has been set, folks, and that theme is there is no consistency on how these animals interact with humans and also each other in regards to stature. Also, this dog is not only wearing a sweater vest, but he's also wearing a shirt under it. Like, this motherfucker's layering. Ooh, this dog's looking like a Gucci model.
I was gaming.
I regret saying that. So the owner of the dog comes up and starts talking to him, and the dog is still standing on his hind legs. So I guess what we would consider as the audience right away is that this is just a dog that stands on his hind legs, right? Which is an interesting piece of lore to wrap your head around, but it gets more confusing later. So the boy and the dog, whose name that we now know is Pip, start driving across the Sahara because they're going on a safari in the jungle. And there's just this strange lack of sound throughout this whole scene. There's a haunting absence of sound in this scene. It is spooky. And there is also an abundance of incredibly dangerous driving maneuvers on the part of the safari guy.
Oh no, you should,
I don't know who hired this guy.
I don't know who be
He's gonna fucking kill this family. And he almost does. Eventually they just reach a sign. And what's funny about this sign is that it's only made up of symbols. Like, there's just this implication that there's no infrastructure around an organized safari. Like, come on. Who's running the safari? The mafia? Once they reach the jungle, there's this terrible opening shot of them at this place called Vista Point, which I'm pretty sure is a village, but it's populated by rhinos. This is what I was talking about before. Why are rhinos standing when humans are just passing by? And why are they standing like this? I'm not even sure if they're trying to do what they do in Madagascar or even Toy Story, where when humans are around, they pretend like they're not what they actually are. In this case, they don't even care. Can you imagine the fucking power play?
I wanted to. But the movie's too ass. Or why is there no not interested button unless I click it? Look at me, man. So inspirational, man. So inspirational. Actually, he's not doing anything. New to me is not good. I want new. That's a terrible filter. I got it. Yo, the Clinton experiment is back. Hold on.
Why, hello everybody. I am inside of a
Oh
bush
my
today,
god.
and on a beach.
Oh my god.
And this is gonna be raw, and it's gonna be a bit of a yap fest. And if you're down for that, that's cool. If you're not, that's cool. 5 years ago, I was in the forest.
That was
doing acid,
5 years
recording it
ago.
for the internet. And when I look at that now, first of all, let's talk about how many times I said the word fractalization, okay? Just repeated kaleidoscopic fractalization, kaleidoscoping world of geometry and ridiculous fractalization. I've been inside the tent, repeated, like I said, lost in ridiculous fractalization. It kind of looked like overlaid behind my head was just basically fractal images of the trees. When I reflect back on just how much freedom and lack of responsibility and lack of direction I had,
I just think of like on a deserted island.
And it's strange to think that I'm happier than before after taking on significantly more responsibility.
Yeah.
That's something that you might not expect. I'm just glad that I can laugh at myself. I don't want to ever take myself too seriously. That's why I've kept my older videos up, even though my older videos make me want to collapse into a singularity when I see them. That's the cringe factor we're talking about.
Just using big
A
ass
certain amount of people
words,
have expressed
bro.
that they like them being up, and so I will keep them up. It's really tricky for me because fatherhood is such a core to my identity now, and my family is so wrapped up in my identity, but I would never fall down the trap of becoming a family channel or a family vlog. So
That would be crazy.
it's like, yes, I am still thinking about consciousness and why there's a supermassive black hole at the center of most galaxies, but I'm also really concerned over why my son has been so gassy in the last week and why. What changed, you know? I'm much more thinking about that. What changed in the feeding schedule that he's so much more gassy this week? Yeah, that's kind of like much more where I'm at. But I still think about these things and I love talking about them, and I think it's cool that I have a space.
He's so real for real.
Fatherhood is the greatest stage of my life so far. It is better than any trip. It is better than anything. I would give up everything to have this experience. what can I even say? You want to talk about something that's hard to articulate. Try to articulate the love that you feel for your children. Try to articulate that one. Young children are so fascinating. The way that their minds see the world and how quickly they make sense of certain things.
What does he mean? Where his acid took
priceless.
him?
I have an entire
He has kids
lore
now.
deeper than Warhammer
Is that what
40K going on with my children.
What does he mean?
There are certain monsters that would be over there. There's certain drinks that give you certain powers. I've basically leveraged Crystal Light or those little flavor packets into different potions basically in his mind. So some give you aquatic abilities, some give you the ability to run very fast, and he believes it wholeheartedly. And really, kids are just a big playground for the placebo effect, really. Honestly. Do you know how hard it was to not just start this video holding my son like Simba or whoever that little lion was? It was very difficult, but that is very cringe. I'm not going to exploit my child on the internet, but that's my little twin. In the last month or so, he started to laugh, and the joy I feel in my heart seeing my son laugh is, goddamn, that's a trip report.
You look so different.
God, tickle your
Well,
little baby.
I was really
Part of the reason I left YouTube is it seems like a bit of a trap. It seems like you end up in this loop of
freshman year.
Gratification by analytics and worrying about what people think of you way too much. I think it's easy to imagine how the incentives can become misaligned, especially when it comes to psychedelic content. Simply imagine that the growth of your channel or your career, if you do choose to make it a career, is completely based off of these peak experiences you have. And it's very clear to everyone that extreme experiences are going to get the most clicks. And so what would any creator do? Of course, you would do more substances, but really it stops being about a genuine exploration, perhaps at some point, and more just a business. There's something really, really strange and kind of perverse about tripping just to get a lot of views. That seems really strange. And so if you're reconciled to not get a lot of views, then you have to think about what else you want to do. And I didn't know what else I wanted to do, and it really wasn't something online. I knew that for sure. I really wasn't even that active in my Discord for several years. When it comes to sharing yourself online, you really have to trust your gut, because my gut was telling me, you gotta go, man. I know you feel like you're a grown-up, but you're not. You're really not. And I know I'm not even a grown-up now, really. When I'm 35, I'm gonna look back at this like, oh, look at old 27-year-old Quentin thinking he's given some advice now. And I think I was right. And honestly, I was shocked to see that people were still interested in even watching me. That blew my mind. Like, that truly blew my mind. What I was doing was a little bit of a experiment with my channel, which was, if I put it through the evolutionary pressure of absolutely no uploads and knowing nothing about what this person's doing, will I get even 30 viewers when I come back? Because I think 30 is a good threshold. That feels good. You know, if you're in a classroom with 30 people and they're listening to what you're saying, that's pretty good. I kind of like that. Let's see. Let's keep myself from yapping here. My Toad experience. Yeah, let's talk about my Toad experience. I think what I want to do with this is actually subvert expectations. I'm not about to go into a ramble about how much healing I've gotten done over the last 5 years. I more want to address this notion that you could ever escape the fundamental human condition through a substance. You're never going to. I still have all the fears and all the worries of a typical person, despite getting a chance to speak to, not literally speak to, but getting a chance to encounter the presence of that overwhelming ancestral love. Despite that, and despite being reassured by that presence that it's all going to be okay, and there's really nothing to worry about, I still get existential dread. Totally. I still worry about material things and stupid things and fixate on dumb stuff. No psychedelic is going to change human nature. If you are looking for an escape from the day-to-day seeking of something beyond yourself, or just something you need to make you feel better, or something you need to do to make you feel better, or right now you just don't feel good and you want to be different, you want to be someone else, that's not going to happen. You will have powerful experiences that you can reference throughout the rest of your life, but you will not be floating above everyone else, no matter how many mushrooms you take, or how many times you do the toad, or do typical DMT. Because in my last trip video on 5-MeO DMT, yes, I had a profound, beautiful experience. But what did not happen is an escape from the mental frame of just being a person. I still had anxiety, I still had stress, fear, worry, and it was no different. I still don't want to die. I still cling to material things. Before I jump back into this whole YouTube thing, I want to make clear that I'm not someone you should necessarily look up to. I'm not a mentor or a spiritual guide. I'm just a guy trying to figure it out, and I'm doing my best. And I love my life currently, and things are going really good for me, and I finally have the time and maybe mental capacity to juggle this at the same time as everything else that I'm doing. But don't get this idea that I've come back from this journey basically as this whole, human being, this healed person. I'm certainly not. I'm certainly just a guy still. One of my biggest barriers to actually posting content is this notion of sneaking up on yourself. How do you become genuine on demand? How do you do that? And I still haven't figured out the answer to that, but I did drag myself out here and demand spontaneity, and it seems to be occurring, but it's very difficult to be genuine right after you press a button. I highly recommend for anybody watching this video to join my Discord. It has become like a little family in there, despite it being 17,000 people. I think we have maybe 4 years of meetups that have happened now. We have people that have made lifelong friends, partners. It's truly crazy. I created this Discord back in 2020, I think, and it's organized into different substances, general chat, video chats, and it just has years of information and stories and dream reports and just everything you can imagine. We have regular, every single day, you're gonna see people in voice chat. It's crazy. You should join. Well, that was my first video back. I hope you enjoyed it, and you can expect to hear from me soon.
I thought I was cooked. Bro, I wanna play that. I don't like my sub to this dude. I don't like to gauge.
Hey, it's Lucas, and today we're going to be trying out this Sunday's Mango Dream rosin cart for the first time. So correct me if I'm
Oh, hell no.
This is the most state-of-the-art VR headset on the market today, and I am its newest and proudest owner. The reason I went out and got this headset is because I want to experience the worst VR games in existence. I've done other videos before about trying bad iPhone games, but I have a feeling that VR games are gonna be so much worse. Because I don't really know how to do this. Has this happened?
Yeah, watch this. 5,000 pounds in his head. I'm gonna get him up. Okay, now this video's fire.
Check this out. We got a slate, baby. What up, guys? What up? What up? What's up? Oh, what up, guys?
Be a life
it's
coach.
Ted. Hey, what's good? What's up? I don't know how to do these intros anymore. Hey, what's up? We're back with another video today. I'm Ted. The theme of this Fiverr filth is selling air to stupid people. So buckle on up. Put on your, buckle up. Fuck. I will change your DNA to alpha male DNA. There are so many fundamentally wrong things with this Fiverr gig. I do have to say, I like how he put spaces in between the letters in DNA. I will change your DNA to alpha male DNA. This is like some half-ass science going on here right now. He's saying that DNA exists, but I don't know if he knows how DNA works. Or he's banking on the fact that the people who are buying the gig don't know what DNA is or how it works. Bottom line, he's advertising that he's going to be changing your DNA with a spell that somehow is going to turn you into an alpha male. I swear to God, this guy was probably browsing r/nice guys on Reddit and was like, huh, I guess there's a market for this. Sheila. Hey, Sheila. Yeah, Sheila, go get my spell book. I got a new spell I gotta make up. It's gonna be big. I enjoy this first picture. Wait, actually... Oh, just kidding. I enjoy the only picture on this Fiverr gig. One dude's just totally buff and the other just doesn't have any muscle on him at all. It seems like this alpha male thing just means that you don't have any muscles. This dude's a pretty good looking guy, so I don't understand how he doesn't fit as a successful person. He's got a modeling career, so clearly he's doing something right. He's giving him weird eyes. He kind of looks like he wants to eat him. Tired of people taking advantage of you? Oh, well, come by my Fiverr gig. After I take advantage of you, then that'll stop happening. You guys are going to see this, but I'm totally amazed that there's this quantity of people who are saying that they can cast spells. It's got to be like this. The same people who believe that people can cast spells are probably the same people that don't vaccinate their kids. So those people are also going to these people and they're like, my son has polio. Can you heal him? And they're like, yikes. Who is an alpha male? They're cool. They're confident. They walk into a room and everybody stops and notices. When they speak, other guys listen. Guys want to hang out with them. Women want to go out with them. They're alpha males. He's just listing ideal aspects of a person that people like. He's kind of strayed away from the DNA part. In fact, he doesn't mention DNA at any other point in the gig. Now he's starting to go on this garbage about the chords of your inner soul. Basic alpha package. Get the confident you want. Are there different types of confident? If it's a different type of confident, you don't describe it as confident. You describe it as like egotistical or something. Get the body shape. Don't know what body shape it could be, but as long as it's a body shape, you got it. Lead the gang. Maybe all of a sudden you'll just be a leader of a random biker gang. Sup, boss? Heard you're the new boss. One of these bullet points is like a kid describing sex without wanting to say it. He's saying, get any person to do the things for you. He says, I provide the most respected spells online with the best credentials. What like, what, you just gonna put you just write up a resume that just says, I cast spells? That Fiverr's filthy. Bam! It's filthy. That Fiverr, it's filthy. I will send you 30 minutes of angel healing energy for anything you want. This one's got a video, so let's check this out.
Hello, Fiverr Ninjas. Michael J. Black here.
Did you just call me a Fiverr Ninja?
I'm offering angel healing for 30 minutes on anything you want. Whatever it is. They work miracles. These are God's servants that come and help us. And it doesn't matter what religion you're in. They work, they help, and love to work with you. If you need it right away, I offer express service.
Express service? How do you speed up the service on an angel?
If you want to check out my other gig extras, got some really cool stuff there. Look forward to working with you. Been doing this 18 years. See you at the top.
See you at the top. See you at the top, baby. This has got to be the strangest pitch I've ever seen. He's talking like he's pitching the Snuggie to As Seen on TV Incorporated, but he's talking about angel healing. see you at the top, that's a little Easter egg. What he really means is the angels are going to carry you away into the clouds, and then they're going to drop you from the sky while this guy's watching with a telescope. So hopefully you'll land on your head and you stop being a fucking idiot. How do you do this? How do you make a living out of this for 18 years? That boggles my mind. He does tarot cards. He's a professional psychic. He works with angels. I will have the angels do healing work on any issue you want for a full 30 minutes. This works great on, and then he lists anything that you could possibly want. Your goals, emotional issues, job, career, love, just any relationship. But what's interesting is what he says later. He says, as part of the angel healing, if needed, I will call in the archangels to help with the healing. How did you get in contact with all these angels? Do you have them on speed dial? Are you guys all in are you in a texting group chat where you're just like, hey guys, I got another Fiverr gig. This guy's looking to work at the M&M factory. And then the archangel is like, don't worry about it, Joe. We'll send down a couple angels, help you out right away. If needed, I will raise your frequency and vibration. What is that even referring to? You're just gonna make me vibrate? 20-minute angel coaching